Today I'm going to be sharing with you exactly what I made as an Amazon influencer last month, and I'm also going to be teaching you some of my tips and tricks and essentially my strategy for making over $1,000 every single month as a busy homeschool mom of 4. If you are a mom and you are an Amazon influencer, then you know that sometimes it can be a little bit difficult to juggle both of those things. Sometimes being an Amazon influencer can feel like a full-time job, and motherhood obviously is a full-time job. I am a homeschool mom, so not only am I mothering, taking care of the household, but I also have 4 kids that I am their teacher. So being an Amazon influencer has allotted me a lot of freedom and helped me make money from the background while I get to prioritize being a mom. But again, it's not without its cons and hurdles that you kind of have to figure out. So if you are a busy mom and you're an Amazon influencer, then you're definitely in the right place. If you haven't already subscribed, liked this video, followed along with this journey, then please do so now. It really helps out my new channel. So let's go ahead and get started. Last month, I have kind of categorized, I've written everything down, but I've basically categorized where I was earning income as an Amazon influencer, and like how the income came in. And then I will kind of go over my strategy, kind of what I do on a daily schedule, and then kind of what I do month to month. So last month, off-site commissions totaled $317.61. I do not do any sharing of links whatsoever off-site. I take that back. I do share a few off-site links here on YouTube. We have a couple different YouTube channels. I have this one, and then we have another one that follows our house build. And then I do share YouTube links when I share reviews. So I duplicate my reviews. I put the reviews onto Amazon, my Amazon storefront, and then I also take the same exact review and I load it to YouTube. I use Viral View. It helps me kind of do everything in one fell swoop, makes it super duper easy. But I put those out into YouTube land, all of my reviews, and then forget about them. Those reviews are a majority, I think, of what I make offsite, even though I literally spend 10 seconds loading them and then forgetting about them. So if you're not already loading your reviews to Amazon or to YouTube, I highly recommend it. So offsite was $317.61. On site last month, I made $2,305.60. That, just so you're aware, kind of on my consistency, that is on the higher end of normal for me. So I do typically make somewhere between $1,500 to $1,800 on the low end. I have made upwards, like during the holidays, of over $3,000 on site. So $2,000, very happy with that. That is a really good month for me. Then I also hit creator rewards last month, and I made $165 for creator rewards. That is something that you have to opt into. Amazon will email you and invite you into those types of things. So make sure that you're always checking your email, because Amazon does send things to your email asking you to opt into stuff like that. So you can earn creator rewards that way, and sometimes they have really awesome incentives. So again, make sure that you're checking your email, because they will invite you that way, and you do have to opt in if you want access to that. Those creator rewards are rewards that you are earning based on the amount of revenue that you ship. So that's like the total amount that you are technically attached to as an influencer. It's not your commissions, it's the total amount of revenue that you're driving for Amazon. Then I take a lot of the free products that Amazon sellers send me. If it's something that we can't use, or I don't feel that we are going to use enough, then I will actually list those things on Marketplace. And last month for Facebook Marketplace, I made $225 just selling. Some of that is stuff we had kind of around. I didn't separate because I didn't have time, but I did do $225 last month on Amazon, or on Facebook Marketplace. So, and a vast majority of that is stuff, free things like nightstands, and I also got some like concrete sealer that was really expensive and I just don't have the time to do, so I put that on Amazon as well. It was like a 5-gallon drum of concrete. sealer. So that brings me to a total last month of $3,013.21. So that kind of breaks down where my income is coming from, how I do that. I will say this is an extremely part-time gig for me. I probably do it a little bit less than some. If I put more work into reviews and got more things every single month, it's so hot in here, I'm sorry guys, then I could very easily probably make more, but I do prioritize being a mom first and foremost, and I do not want to feel burnt out. So this is my strategy that I use as an Amazon influencer. It saves me a ton of time. It helps me not feel burnt out, and it also maximizes my earnings while minimizing the amount of work that I have to do. And really big part of what I do is use a tool called Viral View. Viral View is a Chrome extension, or like a web extension. Basically you download that. There is a paid plan, but the pro version is what I use. It is paid, but the free version also has a lot of super helpful tools, so I highly recommend that you download it and sign up. The free version will help you to see where your listings are. It's actually going to tell you whether or not your listings are making it into the carousel at a glance, so you don't have to manually open every single listing and look and see where it's falling. And remember that what you see on your screen is different than what other people will see. So it is possible that you are not seeing your video in there, but it is actually in the carousel. Viral View can do that for you, even with the free version. So highly recommend it. I do have the paid version, and that version is going to give you a ton of tools that you can use at a glance, and again, it saves me an absolute ton of time. I don't even use Viral View to its fullest extent because I am not a computer guru. I am not a tech person, and there are just things on there that I haven't had time to dive into. I am a busy mom, and so just the little brief things that I use make me so much money. So my daily strategy, honestly, is just kind of going about my life. I typically will check my emails because I do get emails from a lot of sellers and reps for sellers that want me to review stuff for free. So I will always check my email in the morning. Then I go about my life and I live my day as a homeschool mom and as someone who is building their forever house with her husband. So I'm a project manager for that, and I homeschool the kids. And then in the evening at bedtime, essentially what I do is we get the kids to bed, I get on my laptop, and that is when I use Viral View to run my reports, which basically is combing through all of the ASINs that you have sold that day. And what it will do is you can actually have it manually opt you in to creator connection campaigns. If you are not maximizing creator connection campaigns, I cannot tell you how important that is. You are seriously missing out if you are not using it. I regret not doing them sooner, but creator campaigns make me probably 60%, 70% of my income. So you need to do them if you're an Amazon influencer. And then what I do is I run those reports. I have it opt me in to all of the campaigns, and the other thing that it does automatically for you is it submits your content automatically. It not only will submit the links that I have to my on-site videos, but it will also submit the links that I have on YouTube. So it handles all of that for me. I literally just have to click the button. So while I am sitting on the couch in the evening watching shows and relaxing after we get our kids in bed with my husband, that's what I'm doing. I have my laptop on my lap and I'm clicking buttons, and then it will kind of run these things in the background on their own. I probably sit through 2 or 3 little automatic, like what would you call it, automated functions that it does, and then I go through requesting free products. I only use the free 20 messages that come along with the paid version of Viral View every day. I do not pay for extra messages, but you absolutely can. I know a lot of people that send 100 messages a day and they get so much free stuff in the mail they can barely handle it. that is too much for me right now, and it causes a lot of burnout. So I just use the free 20 messages that I get every single day, and the filters that I use to filter out using Viral View. Viral View will issue a viral score to every single product, and the higher that score, closer to 100, the better and the more likely you are to earn income from those items. And the lower the score, all the way down to 0, is like a lesser opportunity to earn money. So the filter I use is I only request products that are issued a viral score of 60 or better. Obviously, the closer to 100 you can get is the best, but I will request anything that has 60 or higher. And that seems to work pretty well for me. And out of those 20 messages that I send every single day, I will get probably anywhere from 2 to 8 or 9 messages every single morning. So the next morning is when I'm gonna usually see those messages on there from sellers. And a lot of times they have either already sent it, because I do include my shipping address directly in the request, just because it speeds the process up and makes it a lot easier. But that keeps me pretty busy every single week, just getting those products in the mail. And again, those are free products that I then flip and put onto Amazon or onto Facebook Marketplace. And when I list those things on Facebook Marketplace, I list them at a significant discount. So if something's $100, I'm probably going to list it at $30, $40, and I just put in that listing saying, hey, you know, this product's on Amazon for this amount, it's brand new. And that's, again, another way that I make income. I'll be honest, last month was the first month that I started really doing that, and it worked really, really well. So I'm going to continue to use that as a way to make a few $100 extra every single month, because it's super duper easy. So that's kind of what I do on the daily. I just request all the stuff. It probably takes me 30 to 50 minutes, depending on how focused I am, to do every evening, just my Viral View thing in the evening while we watch TV and I relax after putting the kids to bed. And then on a weekly, I do that. I try to do that 7 days a week. So that includes Saturday and Sunday. But Saturday and Sunday are the days that I'll give myself a break if I need it, if I need to be off the computer. But I do try to make sure that I check my messages every 24 hours so that I can be kind of on the up and up on who is sending me packages and what sellers are working with me. And Viral View will also keep track of all of that for you, so you can actually mark what brand deals have been confirmed, and it will keep track of it, and it keeps it very, very organized. So absolutely love that, because as a busy mom, keeping track of all the stuff that's coming and who to link that product to when I go to post it on Amazon can be very confusing if you're not keeping track of it. Viral View does it automatically. All I have to do is click that it's confirmed, and it goes right into my tracking system, and it's super duper easy. Then weekly, I really try to have 2 or 3 days in the week where I sit down and batch 3 or 4 reviews at a time. If I feel like I'm getting behind, I usually will try to do that on a Saturday or Sunday where my husband can actually watch the kids for an extended period of time. But I just try to find a quiet place. Sometimes I go outside and do it at the picnic table, because we live in a camper and it is very difficult for me to find quiet time alone. So I just find a quiet spot. I knock the reviews out. I let go of perfection. Please let go of perfection if you are still trying to perfect your videos and they are taking you more than 3 or 4 minutes to record. I do not show my face in 95% of my reviews, because it makes it easier, and customers don't care about you. They care about the product. People who are shopping on Amazon they're not there trying to find the next big influencer. They're not there trying to join communities or anything like that. They're there shopping, and they just want to know if this product is crap or not, and whether they're going to be wasting their money, their hard-earned money, on a product. And that's what you're there for. So I really try to show as much of the product as possible, avoiding showing too much of my personal life. There are certain products that do require you show your face, like cosmetics or things like that. It really helps. Sorry, my car wants to turn off. But if it's not one of those products, then forget about it. Let go of the pressure to show your face, put on makeup, do any of that. And so I really try, you know, depending on how much stuff I have, to at least twice or 3 times batch out all of my reviews. And that's kind of my system. And I really load anywhere from 5 to 15 reviews a week. These are just 4-minute videos. They're barely edited. I might edit out, like if there's a kid in the background. If I'm reviewing outside, a lot of times you can hear our chickens or our roosters crowing, and I have to edit that out. But yeah, that's, I mean, just running my reports and using Viral View. Viral View is a massive time saver, and if you're not utilizing a tool like Viral View to kind of help you maximize the amount of income you can earn, I would not be earning $2,000 to $3,000 every single month if I was not using Viral View. So if you are trying to scale, that is a secret key. A lot of newbie influencers don't realize that there are tools like that you can use. And I'm telling you that any influencer who's making over $1,500 to $2,000 a month is absolutely 100% using a tool. So either that, or they are spending all of their time doing this. And I don't recommend that, because there are a lot of things that will make your job a lot easier. So I hope this video has helped you. If you have any questions about my strategy, my system, what my daily looks like, how I manage motherhood and the Amazon influencer program, please leave a comment down below asking, and I will definitely either respond or make a whole separate video just for you. So again, if you are an Amazon influencer and you are a busy mom, I would love if you subscribed. There is a very lacking amount of influencers that are very entrenched in motherhood. I struggled to find any any YouTube channels or anyone to learn from that kind of understood my point of view as a busy mom, and how to manage both of those at the same time. So thanks for joining me. Again, if you haven't already subscribed, make sure you do so you don't miss any of my future videos. But until then, I'll see you next time.